I mean, honestly, this is government human engineering gone wrong in all the worst possible ways.
Badoop.
Hi, my name is Ariel, and today I'm going to be talking about Intercepts by A.J.Payne. This was a horror novel, and I cannot stress enough that it is, if you are afraid of the possibility of like the government disappearing you and using you for experiments, this is not the book for you. If you're not afraid of that, but you find that interesting and you like a lot of gore, this book is for you. This book was for me. I was very, very, very happy with this find. I actually listened to this on Audible, not sponsored, obviously. I'm too small. But it was amazing. It was a great listen, and I think it would have even been a better read if I would have had a physical copy of the book. So the beginning of the book opens with an entire bang. Not literally, but it's a lot. You're basically following a guy who works at this facility, and he is going in to do a job. He's talking about his life, and then all of a sudden his life ends spectacularly. Probably one of the worst ways physically to go, but mentally, I think he was probably fine. The book is really told from two main POVs. You've got Joe Gerhardt, who is the head honcho of this secret government facility, who he started literally at the bottom when the building was being built. Like, I believe he was doing construction. I could be wrong. But to the head of the facility, he made himself available, but so available that they generally needed him to run the place, but so unavailable to his family. The other POV is his daughter, which I cannot remember her name for the life of me right now, blank Gerhard. And she has recently lost her mother from suicide, and she now has to come live with her father. After being picked up from a family friend's house that she's known for most of her life, she returns to a home that she spent a lot of her younger years with her parents in, and just walks in and immediately sees a woman standing in the hallway that is frail and gaunt and has long black hair that looks disgustingly dirty. And she freaks out and leaves. Runs back to her dad and is like, there's somebody in the house. So they run away. And he calls his special government people to come to the house and see what is going on. So they think, oh, she's seeing things. She's seeing her mother. It's grief. And then this government facility was like, hey, we need to sort of get behind this so that way we can, we need to see if, she's sane. As the book goes on, you get to learn exactly what they're doing at this facility. And what they are doing at this facility is literally using people for government research. Special government research. I don't want to say what they're doing because I don't want to. After things calm down a little bit, Joe's got to go back to work to his very important secret government job, and he has to leave his daughter at home alone. Well, his daughter's not just grieving. It's not just that. She's actually seeing this apparition, and this apparition is not just coming and standing by her. This apparition is doing all kinds of things. Scratching her skin, pulling her eyeballs out, mouthing to her, but she can't hear her. It is a terrifying sight. That sounded weird when I said it, but it was terrifying. Like, most of the books that I read don't scare me. I read horror novels to know what's going on and to feel the feelings, but there were certain points that I had to stop because it was even too gruesome for me. I'm not talking about that moment. I'm talking about other things. And y'all know that I like gore if you've seen my videos before. Did that rhyme? And because this keeps happening, Joe is obviously concerned for his daughter and calls his government facility people back, and he's like, hey, something's wrong with my kid. And they're like, there's nothing, but maybe she's crazy. But Big Brother's always watching with the company, so there's cameras in his house. They're monitoring him, they're monitoring her, and they're monitoring the facility. Now, the facility, let's talk a little bit about the facility before we go into my pros and cons. But the facility is the kind of facility that is going to treat people like they are tools. And they are tools for secret government research. Now, these tools, by the company, they want them known by numbers and not names. But our head doctor, which I believe her name is Hannah, she gives them names after her favorite movie, which I don't remember. I think it was Aliens. Like, the main characters in the movie Aliens, I think. That's neither here nor there, honestly. But these people are no longer people. These people are shells of what used to be people. And that is literally all I can tell you. And I feel like that was really vague, but trust me, you don't want me to tell you. If you've seen my videos before, you know I like to start with my cons first, so that way we end on a good note. My main con for this, and actually it's my only con for this, is that it did drag for like a minute between like the first 2 to 3 chapters and like I think the 6th or 7th chapter, and there was just a lot of information that needed to get in there. Stuff did happen, but there was a lot of information that needed to get in there, and it was really, really needed. I just felt like maybe it could have been delivered in a more brisk way. But the book itself was very fast paced. So that is literally my only con. Pros. I have so many. This may take a moment. One of my biggest pros is that this is written so well, it's believable. Like, it is believable that this thing that is happening in this book is happening in real life. I mean, I'm not saying that it is, but I'm just saying that the way it is written, it's like the author has some inside information, and I just thought that was kind of cool because I generally like to watch and read things on conspiracy theories just to generally see what people think, because there are some that people are super into and that there are some that are just like could be, maybe, but like I just generally really enjoyed that fact. My other main pro to this was the gore. This author did not skimp on a single bloody detail, and not only was it bloody, it was vicious. The gore was coming on top of gore. The visualizations that these words just brought into my brain was horrific, and I don't know why I like that so much, but I do. So here we are. Another thing that I really liked was how fast the book was, how I didn't even realize I was about done with it when I was done with it, because the progression was it was pretty even. It went up and then it kind of plateaued for like a second and then it went up and then it was just like bam, 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 bam. Fuck. That's what the book was like. And when I realized that I was like 2 chapters till the end, and I was like, no, I'm not ready. There is more to this story. And when I finally got to the end, I was like, wow, it could have never ended any other way. And I was talking to one of my clients that has actually read the book, because we just kind of got a random conversation of books we'd read recently. And he read it in 2019 when it came out. And we were just kind of going on, bouncing thoughts back and forth. And he made a really good point that the very end of the book, you could see how there could be a sequel, but I really, really hope there's not. As you can tell, all in all, I loved this book. I gave it 5 stars, and I would read something from him again, 100%. So I hope you guys pick it up. If you have, let me know. Can't talk. So if you have picked it up, let me know down in the comments what you thought of it, and if I've made you want to read it. Also let me know, because it helps me know that you like what I'm doing. So I hope you have a good day. Bye. Read books. Use your local library.